So today I had the opportunity to play with the famous Tadborowski, the Goth Bomber. He is famous for his strategy on Arena, his favorite map, with Goths, his favorite civ, where he likes to go fast castle into a really heavy boom and then flood Huskarls into your base when you're not expecting it. So that's why I call him the Goth Bomber, because it feels like a bomb just went off in your base once he arrives. So I'm trying to use Bulgarians to try to go with a different strategy and maybe surprise him a little bit. Hopefully get to his base before he's able to get his economy going, or especially before he gets any military. I'm actually luring in some deer, as well as eating a boar here. So I think I'm actually going to have a pretty smooth build to get to Castle Age quickly. Let's see, Tad over here just got his second boar in. So not a lot goes on until we get to Castle Age. I think it's pretty crucial to take the deer when you're trying to go to a fast castle on Arena. The deer are guaranteed to be inside your base, so that's helpful. And then the idea is, as soon as I get to Feudal Age, build two Feudal Age buildings, blacksmith and market, and then as soon as I get done with those, advance to Castle Age. But I'm missing out on a little bit of food. So I actually just take that opportunity to research Loom, because I do expect to send a villager forward. In fact, here she goes. So my strategy this game, playing as Bulgarians, one of the advantages Bulgarians has is that the militia line upgrades to the most advanced version for free. So what that means is if I build a militia in Dark Age, once I hit Feudal Age, they automatically go to Man-at-Arms. I use that strategy on Arabia a lot. Well, in Arena, I feel like that's a good strategy in Castle Age, because those get upgraded to Longswords, which are even stronger. So what I'll do is I'm making a couple of barracks out here, and I will get a siege workshop and build a siege tower. So he knows I'm going to try something. So he's already starting to build some watchtower outposts so that he can see whatever I'm doing before it happens. And in fact, he is okay. So in fact, he is building a watchtower right here, and he's able to see the siege workshop. Just barely doesn't see the barracks. So I am already I dropped one of the longswords out so that I can kill this villager. Hoping to catch her. Seems like it should be a pretty easy kill, but she might walk faster than I can. But anyways, so he hasn't seen the barracks yet. I'm actually building a second barracks, and then I'll build a siege tower. And what I'm going to do is get a bunch of... Oh, I did get the villager. All right. What I'm going to do is get a bunch of longswords and then put them in the siege tower, drop them in his base. So he's got pretty good vision outside of his base. He is a little a little exposed on this side, but I'm not going on that side, and he already knows that at this point. So now I figure, well, I might as well kill that outpost so he still doesn't see what's coming. Meanwhile, my economy, I'm staying on one town center because I'm investing so much in these longswords. I built this second barracks, and then I'm not using it. Using this one only. That's not a great play there. But I haven't built the siege tower yet. It actually costs a lot of wood, so I was not quite ready for that. Meanwhile, Tad is... got two town centers Okay, so he figures I'm gonna go with infantry, so he's actually already built 2 archery ranges. He's gonna build a 3rd archery range and build a bunch of crossbows, or archers for now. We'll see what they get upgraded to. Probably crossbows. Okay, so I've got plenty. Now I've got the siege tower. I see that he's got this watchtower here. I actually send my scout around to scout the front of his wall just to see where it's open. I see he's got these houses here, which would block any siege tower. So well, I guess I didn't send the scout there yet, but I will soon, I guess. I guess I'm still waiting here. I do need to get upgrades for the infantry. All right, now I'm sending the scout down. I've loaded 10 of them up in this siege tower. I see that he's got outposts, so he'll see me coming. So thankfully, siege towers actually go pretty quickly. They move pretty quickly. So I also see that he is open right here. It doesn't have houses behind it blocking me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to distract him, just send an infantry here to attack the outposts and then attack this outpost. So he gets the attack noise. Oh, okay, so he's sending the archers out. They're crossbows now, right? Yeah, they're crossbows now. So he doesn't see the siege tower yet, so he doesn't really know what's coming. He knows that there's a longsword out here. Actually, he really only knows that there's one longsword out here, because it could be the same one that killed the villager earlier. Now here comes the siege tower. Alright, so I'm distracting him with this longsword, hoping he'll chase that around. Alright, so he's building... Alright, so he does see the siege tower. And I already jump in, and I'm sending more longswords to jump across. This is my first time really using siege towers, so I wasn't really sure how they worked. But now I've learned that you can just put it right next to the wall, and then I will task all the new longswords that come out of the barracks will just be tasked right here, and they'll automatically jump over. So now I have a fight on my hands with eight crossbows here. So I know that crossbows are very good against infantry, but if the infantry can get right up on the crossbows, I mean, the crossbows are really weak. So sure, the infantry will take a lot of damage from the arrows, but at the same time, the crossbows will die pretty quickly as soon as I get close enough to hit them. Meanwhile, I'm actually doing some pretty good damage to his economy. He didn't garrison his town centers very quickly. So, and I haven't quite figured out how to get these over automatically yet. But now I'm sending longswords over here into his lumber area and his stone villagers. So now he does have enough stone for a castle, actually. So I thought maybe I could have denied that by getting to the stone, but he already got enough. Man, I am just killing a lot of villagers here. So, I mean, I'm still on just one town center here. But all these longswords are just automatically coming in. That's 17 longswords in the back of his base. More coming in the front. He's sending the archers out, the crossbows out to hopefully attack the longswords as they try to come in. Meanwhile, as he's coming this way, my longswords, I actually didn't tell them to do this, but the longswords automatically attacked his TC. He's got his entire economy, literally his entire economy except for one gold villager, locked away in town centers right now. He's got 4 town centers, which is like very good defense for this. If you've got 4 town centers, that's a lot of places for villagers to hide. So that's a good play on his part. But at the same time, when they're all stuck in the town center, they're not gathering any resources. Look at his resources: 30 food, 100 gold, 100 wood. Yeah, that's not going to be able to get you very far. Now I'm building a cray post here. I was hoping to send the villagers over the siege tower and then build the cray post in his base, but it's not. It didn't let me, so I guess only military can go on siege towers. He doesn't quite see the cray post yet. I think he will soon, though. Now it's already halfway up. Now he sees the cray post, or he's about to see the cray post. Yeah, he sees it, so he's going to run out. Since he's running out, I figure I might as well send these longswords to try to kill the crossbows. I pulled 2 villagers away because I know that he's going to target these villagers to stop the cray post. So I pulled 2 villagers away to try to save some villagers to finish the cray post once this fight is over. And he is already starting to... Yeah, okay, he's got to back up or lose that army, or both. Yeah, and then this cray post, there's not much left to do on that. It'll go up pretty soon. Meanwhile, these longswords made their way back over here. I didn't notice. He didn't notice either, in fact, because he could have garrisoned his TC. So these longswords, well, the cray post is up. The longswords are killing the crossbows, and these longswords are killing the TC, and then they're going to go killing all these villagers as well. And he's just like so surprised, and he calls the GG. He tried to get a castle up here on the front, but I had longswords around to prevent that from happening, and still more coming in. So this is actually kind of a Goths type of play, but I did it with Bulgarians because Bulgarians get that upgrade to the militia line for free. So I could probably do it with Goths as well, just because Goths have really cheap infantry. So I guess that's, I mean, I can't tell you how many longswords I did this game. Probably 50. So if they were cheaper, I certainly would have been able to afford even more. But as it is, it worked out pretty well with Bulgarians, because then I didn't have to worry about the time it takes to upgrade or anything like that. Bulgarians also, they just got a recent buff. Their blacksmith, the techs in the blacksmith cost half as much. So upgrading the stats on your units also is cheaper. So that also lends to making this play pretty good. Yeah, so anytime I play Tad, I have to try to think outside the box. Try to think of something that will possibly counteract Goths, because if I let him get a good boom going and get his Huthskarl spam going, I'm dead. There's really no way to counter it once he's got that going. I mean, maybe not no way, but it's very tough. So again, I finally got a second town center up, but at this point, he's lost one town center, and he's down to 20 villagers. Holy cow! I've got 48, so that definitely set his economy back, especially I guess since he didn't expect it. Not often you see a siege tower, so don't blame him for not expecting it. And then later today, he and I actually played several games together on Arena as teammates, and he went with his Goth strategy, and I went with the Bulgarian siege tower strategy, and we got a lot of fun games out of that. Take a look at the stats: 74-33. 16-minute castle age is pretty good by my standards. The 18 minutes for him is actually pretty slow. He's usually pretty fast with his fast castle. He did have more villagers than I did, but by the end he had almost a third of that many. And yeah, as soon as I dropped those in his base, his eco just couldn't hang on.